Let's try this again. So I did record a 10-minute video and YouTube decided, no, Nikki, that is not a good enough video. I am going to cancel that and you have to start again. So let's try this again. Hi, I am Nikki and this is my channel for getting healthy in 2015. Now I have a few goals set out and I have a list of them because usually when I make a video I go on a complete tangent talking about this and talking about that, cupcakes and bacon and all that jazz, you know, the usual thing that you talk about on YouTube videos. So I've got a list. A list is the answer. So I've set out some goals for 2015 and there's like the big goal, which is to get fit and healthy and to lose weight, and then there's many goals every month. At the end of the month I'll look at the goal that I set myself at the start of the month and see if it happens or not, and then if it hasn't happened, don't get disheartened. Then why didn't it happen, kind of thing. So my goals, which I've already said for 2015, is at the end of December in 2015 is to be fit, to have lost 3 stone at least, to be completely healthy, and to just be energetic and stuff. At the moment I'm just eating pizza, I'm eating cake. I mean, it's Christmas, so that's usually what you eat in December. I live in Scotland, it's freezing cold, and you just want to gorge on all these lovely cakes and food that you get in the house. And that's just what happens to me. I want to hibernate. I am a bear. I want to put on weight, and then during the winter I want to hibernate. My issue is I don't hibernate, and so that fat that I put on doesn't get lost by not eating. So I am going to change. Change is good. So I have decided, like at the start of 2014, well, it was 2013, I started going to Slimming World and I lost quite a bit of weight, and then I stopped going, and then Christmas happened and now I'm here. All the weight's basically back on. I don't want that to happen again, and I don't think I was a failure in what happened. I'm just going to get back on it and do it again because I didn't fail. I lost a lot of weight. It just so happened that Christmas happened. I'm making excuses, I know. But yeah, so I'm doing Slim World, and it's a UK thing. I don't think it's in the rest of the world, but it's kind of like, it's a similar situation to Weight Watchers. You go along to a group, you talk about what you made that day, you have a wee sob story in amongst it. One person's put on 3 stone after their holiday to Barbados, the usual thing. But instead of having points, so you get a certain amount of points in Weight Watchers for days, you have sins, and you get 8, I think it's 5 to 15 sins a day you get. And the idea behind it is to want to not have these sins. So you have free foods, which you can have as much as you want of, so it's like pasta, grains, no, not grains, sorry, I'm telling you the wrong thing. Pasta, you can have baked beans, you can have Slimming World chips, which is just baked chips in the oven, and it's supposed to fill you up with good stuff rather than wanting to go to the store and buy a chocolate bar. Because chocolate bars are like 23 cents and you wouldn't be able to eat any other sins for 2.5 days. So today I started it because I've done it before. I haven't actually gone to a class yet, but I am planning on signing up for a class. That's one of my January goals. But today I had porridge, which was 35 grams, and then I had some semi-skimmed milk, lactose free, because that's all that was in the fridge. It's 150 mils, and I had 2 packs of raisins because after cooking a measly 35 gram portion in 150 mils in the microwave, it looked a bit not like porridge anymore. It looked like dough. And I didn't have any milk to make it any better, and I felt like I was eating the portion size of a child because I love my cereal, and everybody will know that. I love cinnamon grahams, I love Cocoa Pops, I love to fill the bowl to the brim and then try and somehow fit milk in there. So yeah, so I tried to make it a little bit more appetizing. So I added 2 packs of raisins, those tiny little child-sized packets of raisins. But because they're sugary, obviously, it's like dried grapes. There were 4 cents, so it's like 2 cents a packet. And then green tea. I love green tea. I actually have some now. Let's have a tea break, shall we? It's like flavoured water that's warm and lovely. But yeah, I had one of them, which it kind of fills you up a bit because it's just water filling out your stomach. And I had a pint of water. So that was essentially my breakfast. However, that was at 2 o'clock in the afternoon because it's New Year's and I was drinking quite a bit last night. Yes, it was like a blowout for me. I had Pringles, I had sausage plats. It was my last meal of 2014. It was lovely. And then came the hard part. I went to my husband's family's house on New Year's Day. Now in Scotland, we normally have a tradition of having steak pie. That's what you have on New Year's in Scotland. Luckily, his mum had baked chicken in the oven, so I had chicken, just a plain piece of chicken with some, I think it had paprika on it, and some veggies. And then she baked these carrots, little tiny carrots, in the oven with some oil. And then, oh my god, best thing ever. Sweet potato baked in the oven along with the carrots. Oh, I'm in love. They were so good. I think I'm going to bake them every day. And then roast potatoes, which there's healthy ways to make roast potatoes and then there's not healthy ways. Luckily she had made them the healthy way. So with the carrots and the oil, because oil's sins, it was 2 cents for that and 2 cents for the roast potatoes, so that was 4 cents for dinner. And then the even harder part, they brought out a cheesecake about this size, an even bigger lemon tart, cream. There was a sauce, what do you call it, a chocolate roll, and I was just sitting there wanting everything on the table, a piece of everything. And I have willpower. I've learnt that today. Willpower is not an issue for me. It's just one of these things that you have to deal with when you want to start eating healthy, because people around you will be having cake, and you've just got to learn that that cake is only there for a second and then it's in their bellies, and it's not going to be bothering you anymore, so why bother having it? So I just decided, no, you know what, I'm not going to give in, because it's day one, and if I give in on day one, what's to say I'll last the rest of the year? So I was just sitting there, and everybody's like, are you sure you don't want a bit? Are you sure you don't want a bit? His mum, oh, just go for it, just go for it. And I was like, no, I won't. I'm going to be healthy, I'm going to be fit, I'm going to have a bikini body in the summer. And yeah, so they felt a bit bad for me and started feeding me grapes and berries and all these healthy things. Nikki, there's a banana over there, you could have that. I was actually quite grateful for it, to be honest with you, because just the action of eating something when everybody else is eating something that's unhealthy, I think it's just the action that you like. I mean, I could pretend that banana was a chocolate cake and I would be perfectly happy with that, just not eating the chocolate cake. So I was fine with that. And so that was served at like 4 o'clock. So by the time we got home, which was 8 o'clock, I was hungry again. Yes, hungry again. And there was Doritos in the house and leftover Christmas chocolate and everything like that. So I sat down and I was like, no, you know what, I'm going to have something healthy. So I had another green tea, which is caffeine free, because if you have green tea before bedtime, you'll be up all night. FYI, learned from experience. And then I had 3 eggs in a cup, whisked them up, put them in the microwave, and it was just baked goodness. It was yummy. And I put some tomatoes in there, and it's kind of like an omelette basically, but in a cup. So I had some ham as well, some lean ham. So all in all, today's sins was 8. So out of the 15 I can have, 8's pretty good going. So day 1 I'd say is pretty good. And I'm going to keep this daily video thing up because it just gives you something to talk about. I mean, you're talking to a camera, God knows who's watching on the other side, but even if nobody watches, it's good for me to go back and, like, if I'm wanting a chocolate cake another day, say I want a chocolate cake tomorrow, you know what, Nikki, no, tomorrow, Nikki, don't have a chocolate cake, have a banana, have an egg, you could even have a steak, go out, get a steak, Nikki. But yeah, so if anybody wants to watch me, I'm going to be here all year, hopefully. I'm going to keep this up, and I'm going to be doing an hour's exercise every single day. Yes, every single day. That should be interesting. But yeah, so bye bye for just now, and I shall see you all tomorrow.